Hi, I'm Jan Hogarth from Placemate Architects. Today I'm talking about Placemate design principles, starting with the jewel of the site. Now, the jewel of the site is about the position of the house and the quality, the absolute best quality of the land and the property. So your house is in a much bigger context of its environment. And there's certain locations within that block of land that are just gold. They're a jewel that you hold on to. And when I come on your site, I see that potential and we put the best uses of that place, that bigger place, where it's going to give you the best value for you in your site. Now, if you happen to own a block of land on the ridge at Stafford with panoramic views across the city, it's pretty obvious what the jewel of the site is. And the role of the architect is to put as many rooms on as many levels that all capture this view, but sometimes it's not that obvious. Here's a house in West End. You can see it's a workers' cottage, but if you kind of glimpse through the corner, you can see, there's a bit of a city view here. Now, it also is the northeast corner, so it's got aspect and it's got view. Now, to me, that's the jewel of the site. As a designer, we can put whatever we like in this place. And for these owners, it was a meals area, backing onto the kitchen, and the living room was here. So we opened this up so that you can kind of sit in a Queenslander veranda with the city views. Now, as a designer, it's the owner's choice what they decide to make this space out of. They could have said, look, for us, I want this to be my artist studio and my bedroom on the other side. That's the jewel. Whatever goes in that place is going to be extraordinary. And my guests can go downstairs, and there's a downstairs pool, and they can just hang out in that open space. That's a classic for a family house. This could be the master suite. But for these people, it was having breakfast in this room all year round, or at night looking out at the twinkling city. They never tire of it. Who would, That's the jewel of the site. By the way, this house was not lifted. Those two shots, I'll just remind you, that's the before, that's the after, same. So that's the jewel of the site for this one. But what happens if you don't have something fancy like city views, riverside property? What if you've just got a backyard with a tree in it? Well, you would open up the kitchen, living, dining room to a grassy place for kids to play, and there's a tree. Obvious, huh? Not really. This is what was there before. The previous owners, for the past 50 years, their laundry, their bathroom, their toilet, their third bathroom, connected up to a quite nice backyard. There was no connection there. They had completely missed the opportunity of that property. It's just the way it grew. That shot's taken from the same position. So by lifting the house, opening up the back, we captured the view of that site and the tree, and so that the site becomes unified, and that the context of the whole place just comes to life. So then kids can run in and out, kitchen's in there, all good. But at Placemate, we like a challenge. So sometimes you get a house that really doesn't even have a backyard going for it. This is for a family who were downsizing from acreage. They're used to tons of space. They're used to lots of privacy, and they had just moved to a suburban lot, the standard old 600 square metre lot. So they wanted a lot of space, a lot of openness, but didn't want to see their neighbours, even though their neighbours on the other side of the fence. So we created a big kitchen, living, dining room area like this, lots of space with a front courtyard. You can't see the house. That's the neighbour's tree. but we made sure that it had good aspects. So that's a northeast corner, and nobody can see them from that side there. And then we created another jewel of the site for them, which is their own pool. The kitchen, you can just see the kitchen lights back through there. There's the kitchen dining room through there, and then it opens into an outdoor living area and a pool. And they've got young kids, that's them. And the bedrooms look into this area as well. And this is the last shot of that. So that's their master suite looking down into their pool, their back courtyard, and it's the culmination of the journey through that house. You can see boring, flat, suburban site, privacy, light, views, all created to create its own internal jewel of the site. And that's really capturing the quality of the place for the house. Placemate designs to get the best quality, not just of the house, but position that house in a particular place for a particular brief to suit a particular family, and to capture what is special about that place. No one ever gets tired of the qualities of those places. That's the jewel. That's what makes being there make you want to wake up in the morning and feel pleased to be alive. Seriously, that's what brings everybody in the building industry to life. We never get tired of this. The builders love building this, and the owners love it too. You wake up in the morning and you're going, I'm glad I'm here. It doesn't get any better than that. That's the jewel of the site.